Welcome back everyone to episode 16 of my survival Minecraft Let's Play series. Now behind me is Lake Axolotl. We built it in the last episode. If you haven't seen it, make sure to go check it out. Anyways, in today's episode, we're going to be building a super awesome Enderman farm. Now I'm going to be building a design by Shulkercraft, and I actually have all the resources I'll need right here in these shulker boxes. So if we take a look, we got some glass, some concrete, some extra miscellaneous items, some more concrete, and some carpets, and these will all help us build this super awesome Enderman farm. But before we do that, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe as it's free and you can always unsubscribe later. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like as it helps out my channel. Now last episode, I started a system where every subscriber I gain, I plant another potato. So currently I'm at 245 subscribers, which is 2 more than we had last episode. So those are the 2 new potatoes in this field, and if you want to be a part of this field, make sure to subscribe. Now let's head to the end so we can build our Enderman farm. Alright, so I'm here in the end, and let's get started on this Enderman farm. So the first thing we're going to need to do is build out about 128 blocks this way, and that's just so we don't have any Enderman spawning on here, and the rates are really good. But anyways, let's get into a time-lapse mode of me building this Enderman farm. As you can see, the farm portion is actually complete, but I still want to add some amenities later, like an enchanting table and a storage room for ender pearls. And then I also want to encase this bridge with a tunnel that will be all decorated and look all fancy. So if we come over here, we'll take a look at the spawning platform first. Now, there are 4 Enderman faces on here that are a pixel art design by Skippy Gaming, and I'll leave a link to the video I watched in the description if you want to make it for yourself. Now, if we come down here, this is the killing platform, and you just slice away. Whoops. You slice away, and all the Endermen die, and it's really loud, so I won't do that again. But anyways, yeah, we have our resources here, and then this, if I turn this right here, you'll see over here that it dispenses ender pearls into the void so we don't clog up the system. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off real quick. But that's a quick little run through of what the farm looks like. Now we're going to get on to the decoration portion. So let's get back into another time lapse. Alright, the farm is 100% completed now. So the tunnel to the farm is actually lined up perfectly with the end spawning platform. So we just take this path along here, and then you can see the farm way off in the distance. And we have a nice tunnel going all the way over there, an enchanting table set up, and yeah, so let's go check it out. So if we just come down here, this leads us into the tunnel. And we have a nice design of kind of a spiral, so you can fly right through this. Oh, let me get my wings on. You can fly right through the tunnel, and it looks pretty sweet as all the spirals pass by you. And once you approach, you can see that there are a ton of Endermen, so just kill them all. And it's a nice open area, so this is where all our storage is, and a crafting table here. Then if you just place some ender pearls in here and then flip this on, a lot of ender pearls will get dispensed. That way you don't have to keep them all. So if we do this, there you go. You can see they're dispensed into the void and discarded. So come back over here. This is our enchanting setup. We have some lapis, some books, anvil, grindstone, everything you need. And you can enchant a full 30 levels because we got 18 bookshelves in here. So pretty sweet. And yeah, that's pretty much all the changes I've done. And then one more thing you can do is you can fly right out here. So you don't have to go through the tunnel if you don't want to. You can just fly out. So that's a little nice addition I have. And it feels like, you know, this would reduce rates and Enderman would teleport over here, but they don't for some reason. And they don't even go on this glass. So I'm not going to carpet it up, and I'm not going to make this like 2 blocks tall because it really doesn't need to. And it doesn't really affect the rates at all, which is really awesome because it makes it a little more open because this is really enclosed and I don't really like that it's super enclosed. So I'm glad that the tunnel is like this, but you can't really change this because otherwise the Enderman could attack you, which you do not want happening. But anyways, let's get back to base and get some more work done. Okay, I'm back at the base now, and my plan of action is to destroy all these vanilla village buildings. That way I can visualize my plans for this village better, and I can just see what space I'm working with, see the amount of land I have. And then we're actually going to build up I think a stonemason, and I want to build it over here. It would make the most sense because we have the quarry right here, and then we'll have a stonemason over here, and this is the miner. So, you know, kind of close quarters there. Want to make sure they're in close relation because that would make the most sense. Bring the piles of stone all the way over here, and then he can kind of cut it up, and those will be used to build other houses. So I'm going to destroy this village, and then I think we're going to build the stonemason. So let's get right into it. So I've removed all the buildings from this village except for that one over there, which is my cow breeder where I get my food from. But anyways, we have a very large area over here, so I'm glad I was able to remove all those buildings. And now we can really visualize this area, and I think I could fit like maybe 10, 15 different buildings just in this one area. So it's going to be a pretty full village. And I also removed that building over there. But yeah, if we just take a little flight, we can see that this area is actually quite large. So if we just go around like this blue outline that I have here, this is what I was kind of envisioning. And yeah, we have a very large area. But now that we've kind of destroyed all of the village, let's get started on our stonemason building right here. And I want to build it right here because this is where our quarry is. That's where our miner lives. You think the stonemason wants to live close so you don't have to carry all this heavy stone from a quarry like halfway across the village. So I think that would look really nice right in this area. So I'll see you guys when it's all completed. Okay, so the stonemason's house is complete now. I really like how this build turned out. It's a little rustic and worn down, which is what I was going for. So I'm happy that it turned out good. But if we look over here, it kind of fits in with the theme, I think. And so let's give you guys a little tour. So at the front, we have a tower and then kind of the main house. And then this is kind of the shop front or pop-up store, whatever you want to call it. So you imagine that the stone cutter is right here and he's selling some stones. So yeah. And then there's no interior for this, but I do plan on making an interior for it. And yeah, I just didn't feel like doing it, so I didn't really do it. So that's all that is. But if we come around the back here, we got 2 carts full of deep slate and another large pile of deep slate. And then we have a nice little workstation back here where we have a barrel to store some deep slate. And I like these cart designs. I made them myself. I mean, maybe someone else has made these exact same things, but I wouldn't know of it. This is kind of like a smaller cart And then this is a larger one with a little peg at the bottom so it can stand up. But I like both of these designs and they look pretty realistic to me. Like this one, kind of a smaller cart. This one, you could imagine like a horse-drawn one. And this one maybe like, I don't know, a pig could carry it. But yeah, I also really like how this house has a lot of greenery around it with these azalea leaves as some sort of bushes that kind of take over the whole house. You know, we have some in the back, some in the side, and some in the front, and I really like that. And then I also really like this detail. These fence gates, really good detail, makes it look like there's a little overhang or support for the overhang of the roof, and it's just a nice little detail that can be included. But there's one more thing I forgot to show you guys in the back, and that's this little connection pathway right here. So you can come straight from the quarry with all your stone materials and put them straight in the stonemason's backyard where you can work on it and chop it up and sell it to some customers. But that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. And if you're new to my channel, I'd very much appreciate it if you would subscribe. I've been your host, Brendominus Rex, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.